are we all? When I did my wallet brag book at the weekend, I realised just how shocking the instructions were, because it has been quite a few years since I did them. And there's this weird mix of metric and imperial measurements, so I've redone them all.
That's unlike you, dear.
Well, these days it is. Not so much before. Anyway, never mind.
Time.
Yeah. Hi, Dee. Hi, Tracy. Hey, Ali. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kathy. How's Alberta? Hi, Elaine. Hi, Doreen. Oh, dear. Actually, it's cooled down here. We had really hot weather last week and it wasn't pleasant at all. It has
a bit of a hot flush.
Well, that's your age, dear.
Yeah, well, that cup of tea I've just...
Well, yeah, maybe that. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
So when I was lamenting how dreadful my instructions were, I thought what we could do is just redo them, and I'll go through the wallet again, because since my original instructions, I've added a belly band, which seems to work quite well as a closure. And if you saw the wallet that I made for my dad about my mum, I actually didn't do it as a waterfall. I did it as a sort of a pull-out accordion. So I thought I'd show you how I did that. And then that got me thinking about other stuff. And I thought we could just as well use those measurements, change it ever so slightly, and make sort of like a folder that you could put stuff in. Just a thought. I just thought it was really quick and easy. So I thought that is what we will do tonight, basically. So, thinking about what we did at the weekend with the celebration day, is that something that you'd like to see more of? Sort of like, not a challenge, because that wasn't a challenge exactly, but more things where we're kind of doing things together, if that makes sense. Is that something that you'd like to see more of in the future? Because I'm really hoping that you guys have had a look at what we're doing with the moderator of the week idea. So I've got a wonderful little gang of people who are helping me every week by having a takeover, and this week it is the immensely talented Phoebe, who I hope you've seen what she's been doing. She is amazing. And we're all choosing a previous book that we like, and talking about that. And then the idea is that you post your versions of that book as well, so that we can remind people what they're liking, because we've got so many wonderful new people in the group. It's a nice way of introducing people to past books. And then we're going to be asking questions and stuff, just for fun, really. So that's the plan. I'd be really interested to hear what you think about that. But do go and take a look at Phoebe's post about the colour study gatefold, because Phoebe has made this book up herself, and it is absolutely out of this world. It is just phenomenal. So do take a look. Oh, my computer stopped refreshing. So hi Millie, hi Susan, hi Doris, hi Mary, hi Lorraine, hi June, hi Candice. Get through. Hi Lorraine. No, I really like the belly band. I like the fact that you can kind of like use that for decoration, and you don't have to do much with the front. So yeah. Okay, so that's what I want to do tonight is just go over it again. I doubt very much that we're going to start the folio next week, because if you've seen the photograph, you'll see that my car is falling to bits. It's caused me no end of problem. So I haven't really got to the post office yet, what with Dad's appointments and stuff. So I'm really behind, and I'm so sorry. And they'll either be going out tomorrow or Friday. So I'd rather not take the chance that you're not going to get them in time for class. So we might do something else next Wednesday, and I might put it back a week just to be fair to everybody. So I do apologise profusely for that, but I think that's probably going to be the answer. So
Sounds like a plan.
it does sound like a plan, doesn't it?
Well done.
On some good news, Dad's appointments, it looks like I'm not going to be disappearing for weeks on end because it's not quite as... They're going to do his op differently. So he's not going to need as much one-to-one support as we thought, which I'm sure pleases Dad more than anybody else, because can you imagine being nursed by me? Let's leave that thought there.
Jen says she has one chipboard word still up for grabs.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so as you know, with the Spectrum Sherbet, the issue that we've had is that I can't get hold of the words easily because they've stopped making them. They're retired, which is such a pity. So I've still got, I think there are still a couple in the shop. There's a couple of kits minus the words. However, if you are in the US or Canada, Jen has managed to track some down. So if you need some of the chipboard words, get in touch with Jen. And she's got a set left, so that's really good news. Right, okay, so I can't show you the wallet because I've given Dad his and Ali's is all packed up. So we're going to have to do this from scratch, but it's easy. It's so easy. So what I want you to do is cut one at 6.5 by 11.5. Now I have marginally changed this size from my original, and the reason that I did that is because I'm using a lot of A4 card because I just find that it's cheaper just to use A4 card rather than big sheets of 12 by 12 because you can end up wasting such a lot. So I know that US A4 and UK A4 is two completely different things. So instead of me just saying it's the length of an A4 sheet, which is what I did in my original, I've actually put proper sizes on the new cutting guide. And I have modified them slightly because 11 3/4 is just stupid. So I want you to cut all these what now?
I forgot. Facebook's updated. I haven't been on it on my computer since the update.
Oh, it's all very confusing.
Yeah.
So I want you to cut. What we'll start off is with the old Wallet Bragg book. Now, that's got a waterfall inside, but I'm going to do mine slightly different. I'm going to show you how I did the one that I did for Dad because I did that. It's all the same measurements. It's just putting it together differently. So we're going to cut one at 6.5 by 11.5. Okay. And then I want you to cut 3 at 6 1/8 by 4 5/8. Now, the reason for the funny sizes is because a standard size photograph is 6 by 4 inches, and I always like to have a reveal around the outside. So I'm going to cut it with a slight reveal. So I'm going to cut it at 6 1/8, and then the bit that you see will be 6 1/8 by 4 1/8, but we need that 1/2 inch flap. So we're cutting 3 at 6 1/8 by 4 5/8. Okay. Right.
You need your teeth into this one.
I know. So 4 5/8. Okay. Anyway, I should be, if not tomorrow, Friday, I will be picking up another car because my lovely car, it's old, but I love it. I love it to bits. As soon as I saw it, I loved it.
It's only got 103,000 on the clock.
Has it got 103,000 on the clock? Oh, well, anyway, I've had it a while. But the thing is with it, you see, it's only a Daihatsu. It's nothing special, except they only make a couple of hundred of these a year. I have now found out. Because nobody likes them except me. So you can't get the parts for it because it's not a regular Daihatsu. So we've been quoted a 6-month lead-in time for my new exhaust. Phoebe will have to send it. Right, okay, so I want you to cut one at 7.5 by 2. That can't be right. That's the belly band.
Now the belly band's 2 by 11.5.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's right then.
Oh, we'll go with it. Eh?
Yeah, let's go with it. 7.5 by 2. I might change that yet. We'll see. That looks very little. And one at 6.25 by 3.25. That is going to be the photo mat, which also looks really small.
Well, you did say you changed it.
I know, I don't think I changed it that much. Anyway, we'll see. We might change that. Okay, so if you grab your scoreboard, I'll have to grab my other one because I don't know. Because I've been backwards and forwards to Dad's. I have no idea where any of my tools are anymore. I don't even know if I've got a... Oh dear, there's one I hate. Right, okay, so we're going to start by scoring on the big piece, which was 6.5 by 11.5. So I want you to score on the 11.5 inch side. So that means 11.5 inches at the top. I want you to score at 2.5 and 8 inches. Okay, so you've got 2. That can't be right. Oh, maybe it is. That looks... No, that's right. I think. I don't even know. That just looks really weird to me. Hang on. No, that's right. Okay, so you scored on the 11.5 inch side at 2.5 and 8 inches. Then these pieces, which were 6 1/8 by 4 5/8, we're going to score on the 4 5/8 inch side. So that's up the top there. And I want you to score all of them exactly the same at 1/2 inch. Okay, so that's those 3 scored at 1/2 inch. And then we've got this piece, which was, what was it? 2 by
7.5.
7.5. I still think that's not right. And we're going to score on the 7.5 inch side at 1/2 inch, 7 inches. Turn that round so we're scoring on the 2 inch side at 1/2 inch. Okay. Hi, Rizwana. Okay, so now we're going to start off dead easy. What we're going to do is we're going to fold on our score lines on that long piece like that. And we are going to, I don't even know where my bone folders are. I think I need to tidy up. Anyway, I'll have to use this one. Oh, it's wobbly. So let's burnish.
Where's Cara tonight?
Well, I can tell you exactly where she is.
Whisper.
Well, she's here in the UK.
Oh.
So what we've got with our wallet book here is we've got that bit that opens up like that. Okay, nice and easy and simple, and it just opens up like that. Then what we've got are the bits that the photos go on, and I'm going to fold on each of those.
Like a star. That you are.
And I'm going to burnish. Now, if you're not doing anything on the 13th and 14th of August, we're doing a very impromptu summer retreat, 2 days, not including accommodation, but we will be making a mini book and we're using Sweet Rush by Vicky Booten. I hope I've pronounced that right this time. There are a couple of places left, and I mean just a couple because it's gone mad, which is fantastic. And that's going to be in Dunstan. So do have a look on the group or on my website. And this is all in honour of Sally, who will be here from a long way away. Practically halfway across the world. So we're going to do a little class for her, which will be fun. I'm covered in bruises. I'd love to know how I got that one.
That's a weird one.
It's really weird, isn't it? I'm always covered in bruises. Right, so this little pocket here, Hi, Zella in Florida. What's your weather like? I know that was a very English thing to say, but we have been plagued with hot weather lately.
And cold weather, and wet weather, and hot weather.
Yes.
And that's just today.
Yeah. So I've kinky mitered those corners. We got any newbies here who don't know what kinky mitering is?
I don't know.
You do know. I am absolutely positive that this is much thinner than the usual one, but it probably doesn't matter. No, it'll do. Right, okay, so decoration. All right. Me, Rizwana, you know exactly what kinky mitering is. Nice one. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in our photo mats. Now, normally what I'd say to you is decorate this back bit here before you put these on, okay? And what we do is when we've put our pattern paper onto here, we would put on a waterfall, one there, one there, one there. Okay, so we'd have a nice little waterfall going on there. All right, that would be how we would usually put this one together. However, on the one that I did at the weekend for Dad, I did it slightly differently. You still need to decorate this back bit, but what I did was I took my first photo mat, which is going to fit on there. But what I did was I attached the other photo mats together like this to form a sort of accordion. So when you pulled it out, it became like an accordion. So to do that, I've got my fold, my flap at the top, and then I'm going to take my other photo mat and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to put some glue on the inside of that flap. I don't even know if I brought my glue upstairs. This is old glue. I did bring some glue upstairs. I don't know where I put it.
You cleaned it up in the clean-up.
Yeah. Let's see if this works. This is really old glue.
Does it need pokey?
Yeah. But where's the other glue?
This is old.
Well, it's oldish. It's not old, but it does need a poke. Or do you want to? I've got a pokey tool here.
I would probably help me. Yep.
But where's the other one? Because I've just had it in my hands.
Drinking game commenced.
I don't know.
Stuck in this pocket.
Oh no!
What?
Rizwana and family's had COVID. You know what? Mark had it. And we live completely normally. Well, we don't live remotely normally, but you know, we lived as normal.
Normal, yes.
And I never caught it. And I've got the world's worst immune system. And I really don't know how that even happened. Can you hurry up poking my thing, please?
I'm just wiping the stuff off my pokey tool.
Hi, Kathleen. I'll be with you in a minute.
You mind a bit of
Mark's just
stuff on your pokey tool?
Poking my glue.
I think that should work.
Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue. Oh, you're kidding me.
I wonder if there's a skin in the glue. It's not in the nozzle. I think there's a skin in the glue. Because I just completely took all that out. It was solid.
So
Shall I give you another?
no, I don't know where my glue's gone. I literally just brought it upstairs. So I'm just going to put some glue if I can.
I've got some lip balm.
That's no good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the bottom of that flap there up to the score line. So what I've got, let's put that on there. So what I've got is my photo mat that attaches like that. It's not even straight. Ooh, it's coming out now.
Those magic hands of yours there.
It's better, sort of. Okay, so that's the flap that's going to attach onto the back of my wallet. And then my final photo mat, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put some glue onto the flap like that. And I'm going to attach that to the bottom of the flap that I've just put on.
Cindy says hi.
No, I'm not. I'm putting it that way around.
She says hi.
So what I've got, if I hadn't glued it in such a messy way. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Oh, now look what I've done. These simple ones are just the hardest.
Yes, I had that problem at work.
So this is where I'm going to attach onto my wallet. But now I've got like this accordion here, like that. So instead of the waterfall that I had originally, which you can absolutely do, I've just put it there. So what I'm going to do now you'll have decorated this back bit. So what I'm going to do is just put some glue onto that flap and then pop this in the middle of the back, like that. So when I open my wallet up, what I've got here is a pull-out accordion, okay? It really couldn't be simpler. It's very, very simple. Then I've got this little pocket, and I'm just going to put some glue onto that pocket like that, onto the flaps. And that is going to sit on the bottom like that. And this little photo mat will fit in there, she says. Yes, it will. Oh, stick.
Stick to beast.
Like that, okay? So the photo mat's going to go in there, and then that will all fold up like that. Okay, so that's just a slightly different way to put that wallet together. Now I want a closure. Now you can put your eyelets in and put a ribbon round, something like that. But I really like the belly band because, let me just see if I have got one here. I might have one actually. Well, this isn't the same book, but you get the idea that the belly band, you can decorate it up. So you can have your flat, your flat front. And then you can decorate up the belly band and that'll just slip on top like that. So you get the idea. I like it because you can keep your book flat, but you can decorate the front and it looks like it's the front decorated, but it's not. You know what? Okay. So to cut the belly band, I want you to cut one at 2 inches by 11.5 inches, and you might find that some of those offcuts that you just had will do the trick. Now you have a choice here. You can do it the way that I've described on my cutting guide, or once you've decorated up your book, you know that once you put your pattern paper and everything on this, it is actually going to expand a little bit, okay? So the way that I did it was I simply took my belly band and I folded it around my wallet. Oh, that's not, yeah, it is. You might have to add an extension onto this. That's not quite long enough. Yeah, you might have to put a patch across. We'll do that. Okay, so just if you put it round.
Kathy's just asked, which little book is that you just showed?
Okay.
She has that paper and would love to make it.
Right, okay. Well, the paper is Blue and Blush by Ukrainian company called Scrapmere, and I have some really exciting news in that the order for the book that we'll be doing after Spectrum Sherbet, I've ordered some from Scrapmere, who are back in business in Ukraine. Julie is back in Kyiv, and that should be arriving with me tomorrow. It's being couriered by a gentleman called Pavlo, and should be here tomorrow. I'm hoping. I think it's tomorrow. So what I've done, and I didn't think that you'd mind, I've bought enough for the book, and I've also bought for a couple of 6x6 Sundays. Now that does mean that, you know, we're going to be using the same paper manufacturer for a couple of books, which is not what I tend to do, but I thought under the circumstances I didn't think you'd mind one bit, so that's good. So this book, I used Scrapmere, and the reason that I used Scrapmere was because this was a mini that I did as part of a vlog hop on YouTube to raise money for Ukraine and the refugees and putting the country back together. So if you go along to my YouTube, or Mark might even find it, if you go along to my YouTube and look up the Ukraine blog hop, I don't even know what it's called, I can't even remember what it's called. Mark will get you the link, so you can have a make of that. It's a really simple little book. I just put it together really quickly because it was all a bit last minute, but it's got room for loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of photos in it, huge amounts of photos, and it's all on there for you to have a go.
Is it the crafty people you like?
Yes, it is, and actually it is in the mini book somewhere to find them list as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found it.
Okay, so now we've done that, what I'm going to do is, I haven't got much space here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that there. So I'm just going to cut a little bit extra. It doesn't really matter how much. I'm just cutting a little bit of a patch. And what I'm going to do is just put some glue on that.
Renee is with us on YouTube.
Hi, Renee.
On YouTube.
And I'm just going to put that over where the seam is, just to give it a little bit of extra strength, okay? So now, once that belly band's all decorated, that will fit over there, and I've got a really neat little closure for my wallet, okay? There we go. So that's how you put that together. So decorate it up and enjoy, and very quick and easy project, perfect for, you know, little presents, perfect for, you know, just little events or whatever. So when I made that, I thought, I like this, but I like wallets. You may have noticed this. I do this a lot. I make like little wallets to
walletify things.
Yeah, to walletify things. So what I thought would be fun is if you had this brag book and another version of it as well, which is what we're going to do in a minute, and you made a few of them, you could put them together with the wallet as opposed to the wallet brag book. Do you remember at Christmas in Crafting Together with All Brands, we made a wallet to put greetings cards in, but you could put a series of these little books inside that wallet. Now, you can get to that project in our OneDrive, And in there is an app. And what the app does is you put in the information like how big you want your wallet. So for instance, this is six and a half by, is it 5.5? Yeah, 6.5 by 5.5. So I would put in 6.5 by 5.5 and just say I had a couple of these. Let's just say I'd put in, I want it to be in it with an inch depth. I could put that into this app and it will tell me how to cut the right size papers to make the wallet. Does that make sense? I don't know where the wallet is. I wonder if it's in our bedroom. Would you mind going to have a look? You know which I mean, don't you? The Christmas wallet with it's got greetings cards in it. Well, in the usual place on top of the. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the other style of wallet brag book that I mentioned. So what I want you to do is I want you to cut another piece that is 6.5 by 11.5. So 6.5 by 11.5. Oh, well, Patricia, you can't even hear me saying, I'm very sorry to hear you can't put your sound on.
Yes.
Yeah, good idea, Jen. Jen says try YouTube.
Yeah,
I find the pictures better on YouTube as well.
It is.
Okay, then I want you to cut 2 at 5 by 3 inches. Okay, so cut 2 at 5 by 3 inches.
It's fixed, she said.
Oh, good. Cut 2 at 5 by 3. Then again, that little pocket, which is 2 by 7.5 inches. So 2 by 7.5 inches. And then I want you to cut
2, it's 1, isn't it?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
It's 7.5 by 2.
Yeah.
I want you to cut one at 6.25 by 3.25, and that's our photo mat. Okay. Right. So, scoreboard, we're going to score exactly the same as we did for the first one. So we're going to score on the 11.5 inch side at 2.5 and 8 inches. Okay. And then on these 2 small pieces that were 5 by 3, I want you to cut on the 3 inch side.
Score.
Yeah, score on the 3 inch side at 1/2 inch.
Is it 2 for this one?
But it's 2 pieces, yeah.
No, yeah. Score on the 3 inch side. I've lost. I'll type this one.
And then on the you've got me confused now.
Yeah. And me.
On the pocket, which was 7.5 by 2, I want you to score on the 7.5 inch side at 1/2 inch and at 7 inches, and then on the 2 inch side at 1/2 inch. So this is very, very, very similar to the previous one that we made. So I'm going to start off by folding my wallet, and I'm just going to burnish like that. Okay, so that's the wallet, exactly the same as the previous one. And then these 2 short pieces that were 5 by 3. Let's fold and burnish on there. And then we're going to kinky mitre. And what I mean by that, for those of you who are new, is you see where these score lines intersect? What we're going to do is we're going to snip up to where the score lines cross and then change the angle of our scissors. So we've got a mitre, but it's got a bit of a kink in it. And the reason for that is so that when we fold, our flaps don't like get on top of each other, because we don't want bulgy flaps. That would not be good. Okay, so back to this wallet here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue onto that flap there. And I'm going to place this here in the middle. So centered top to bottom. It's not going to fit exactly. There's going to be a bit of a gap. I'm going to put that flap there. And I'm going to put this flap over the other side. And they don't meet in the middle, and that's fine. I don't want them to. Okay, so I've got that. Be even better if it was stuck down like that. We're going to do exactly the same with this. So I'm going to put some glue on those flaps. And I'm going to pop that down there like that. Glue that down. And this little photo mat will fit in there. You can probably put a couple in there, to be honest with you. You don't have to just stick to one. Okay, now we're going to put some photo mats inside here. So we've got lots of choices as to how we do that. So on my cutting guide, I've just said, just cut them 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, and that would take a standard size photo. Okay, like that. But you know what you could do? You could cut one at, so let's go 6 1/8 by 8 1/4. Okay, let's fold that in half. You could score, but let's just fold it in half. Okay, so you've got a folded photo mat like that. You could cut a photo mat that is, let's just say Instagram size, which is 4 by 4. So let's cut 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And you could cut a couple at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then you've got photo mats that you can put photographs on. And you can pop these inside here like that. And that will give you another wallet. Oh, hang on. I've just knocked. You've all disappeared. Hang on. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make another belly band to go over here. So I'm going to cut that at 2 inches. I said 11 1/2, but you know what? It's not even worth cutting that 1/4 inch off. So let's put this round there and there. The wallet, the Christmas paper. I think I'm going to have to go and have a look, aren't I? You can't send a man to find anything. I think we all know that. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. Okay, so I've got my belly band like that, which will fit onto that one. So you could have a nice little selection of these, you know, so just say you were on holiday, you could do, I don't know, one for each day of your holiday maybe. Will you give me 2 seconds while I just go and find this? I'll be right back, people. Talk amongst yourselves. This will teach me to tidy it. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's here, dear. Right in front of me. Anyway, so this is the wallet, which we made just before Christmas, and you can make this in any size you like. Okay. Something that's not there. No. So you can mark it. If you can, you put the link up to the OneDrive for the wallet, because this wallet was one that we made, and originally I said you could put like greetings cards in it. Okay, so if you wanted to just save a load of your greetings cards, you could, you know, make a wallet to the right size and pop those in there. I don't know, put the year on, whatever. It's just a good little helpful wallet for putting things in. All right. But what you can also do is use it to put books in. So say, for instance, you made a load of these, you could make this wallet to size and pop these in there. And then you could maybe have a wallet that was, like I said, full of, I don't know, holiday pictures, wedding pictures, all sorts of things. Okay. So that's just a thought for something you can do. Now, Mark's put this app together. So what you do is you measure the size you want. You put these measurements into Mark's app, and it tells you what sizes to cut to make this wallet.
And where to score.
And where to score. Okay.
It makes it a little bit bigger so your stuff fits in.
And also in that link that Mark's sent, you will find the class which tells you how to put it together. Oh, I thought you had.
No, I was answering someone.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, I can do that if you like. Hold on. 2 ticks. Drive. Purposes of story. The wallet.
I've gone all hot now.
Actually, the video's not in there. We'll have to put that in. Let's share. Okay, so if you want to make the wallet, you can find everything that you need apart from the class, but I'll find that. And you'll find it in there. So just a thought, but a little something that you could put together for, like when you've got a series of things that you want to keep together. So there we go. I hope that's kind of updated it a little bit. It's a marginally different size from the original, not much, a little bit, but I think the cutting guide is a lot more sensible, apart from the spelling mistakes, which I'll sort out before I pop those in the OneDrive as well. All right then, so if you want to go ahead and make this and put them in the group, that would be absolutely amazing. I'd love to see that. I'm going to put Spectrum Sherbet back 1 week, so we will be starting that on the 13th. Oh, that'll be fun. That's just after Dad's op. So yeah, we'll start that on the 13th. So let me know what you want to do next week. Tomorrow we're in Crafting Together with All Brands at 7:30. We're going to be starting a pop-up book, but I haven't finished it yet, so we might just do something else to do. It's been a bit of a bad week, got to be honest. Not been the best week in terms of getting things done. So we'll do something tomorrow night. I don't know. Then I think we've got crop on Saturday. So if anybody wants to come to our face-to-face crop, we've got that on Saturday. And I think that might be it for this week, possibly.
Oh, Paul's just joined us.
Oh, hi, Paul. Terrible. Oh, were you? Tag book. Interesting.
Yeah.
I know what he's on about. Right, okay, so there you go. So yeah, I'd really look if somebody wants to put both of those together and make one of these wallets to go with it. I'd love to see that. I really would. So yeah, let me know what you want to do next week, and we'll see you really soon. I'll send you some pictures as soon as my delivery's been from Scrapmere. I will let you see, because that's really exciting to have them back in business. It's just phenomenal. Really pleased about that. And we'll see you all maybe tomorrow, otherwise next Wednesday. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.